friends, thank you so much for joining me in my video today. This is Amber and I am so grateful that you're here and that you came back to my channel to see some fun crafting and a fun tutorial today. I want to thank you so much for your patience. I have wanted to be in my craft room and filming so badly over the past couple months, and I just haven't had the chance, and thank you so much for sticking with me. I have some fun tutorials coming up, and in this video we're going to be making this adorable paper bag journal or flip book. There's like a little junk journal inside, and you can add photos, and there's pockets. It's going to be so much fun. So it's super easy. It takes no time at all. You can whip a bunch of these out over the weekend for your craft fair or for friends and family. But I had so much fun with it, and I can't wait to show you guys. So go ahead and grab a cup of coffee or tea and sit back and relax and enjoy my simple tutorial. I made this. It's so much fun. And I'll show you the paper collection that I used. And it was this Fresh Bouquet by Crepe Paper. This is so beautiful. I love all the spring prints in here. It was so much fun to use. So that's a single-sided paper pad, and this is what I made, just using a paper bag. So I've got this closed with seam binding from my favorite Etsy shop, MyScrapcabin, and I'll link her shop below. I have so many gorgeous colors that I just got. Oh my goodness. I love making projects with these, and so I'll link her shop below. So here's my cover. It just has this cute little spring bunny on it, and I just used scraps and like a couple of the die cuts and stickers from the collection to make my cover. And again, these are just scraps, and I'll show you what I used for those. So you open this up just like this. It's like a trifold. So again, it's just a cute little trifold, and over here there's a pocket because this is a paper bag, and I've got just some cute little scrapbook collage pages in there. You can throw whatever you want in these scraps. And then I made a little packet of ephemera, like some vintage ephemera, and this is like a cute little zip pack that I got from Hobby Lobby. And then I just put a bunch of little different things in there, and I'll show you the pack when we do the tutorial. And then just a couple little vellum pieces, and you can put as much stuff in this pocket as you want. Okay, so then the middle has this little mini journal in it. It's a little junk journal that I sewed in, and when I say sewed in, do not get intimidated by that because it was so easy. It was like the simplest thing ever. You can use a thumbtack if you want to poke the holes. So here's the center where I put the string, and then here is where I tied it there. So it's super easy. So here's the little junk journal in the middle. It's got white paper on one side and then scrapbook paper on the other, and I use these vintage pieces of scrapbook paper, and I'm gonna decorate the white pages with some stickers so I can journal around the stickers. And I do have the sticker sheet from this collection, so it'll be fun. But yeah, here's all the cute junk journal pages. You can use as many as you want, and what these are like printer copy weight. So they're like just the regular copy paper weight. So you can use just regular copy paper. It doesn't have to be scrapbook paper. And you can get paper pads like at Hobby Lobby and stuff that sell just the copy paper weight scrapbook paper. But I will tell you about where I got all these vintage pieces. And I didn't have to do any cutting. I just folded them in half and threw them in here. And I'll show you where I got those in just a second. Okay, so on either side of the little journal are two photo mats, just to put memorabilia or pictures. And then over here is where it closes. I just shut that little pocket because it was too short to be any sort of use. But I put some torn pockets here on this last page, and these are so easy. So I did 3 little pockets, well actually 2 pockets, 3 pieces of paper, and I put in some of the ephemera from the collection. And you could put so much more in here. And then yeah, that's just the cute little flip book. And then I put a mat on the back with this cute scrapbook paper, and I put the seam binding under it. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Again, this is the simplest, cute little mini junk journal ever. You can make it your own. I really enjoyed making this, and I want to make a bunch more. So there it is. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for this tutorial, you are just going to need a paper bag. Now this can be any size paper bag as long as it's the good old lunch style paper bag. Now this one happens to be a little bit bigger than like the normal standard lunch bag. So all you need to remember is that it's this style. You can get the kind from the grocery store, Target, Walmart, or you can get like the craft ones that are a little more sturdy from like Michael's and Hobby Lobby. But this is just a good old regular lunch bag from the grocery store, only it's just a little bit bigger. So I'm going to give you the dimensions that I use for this paper bag, because these are available in like grocery stores and everywhere pretty much. But then I'm going to tell you just kind of the tip on how to measure your paper. So for this particular bag, you are going to need 6 pieces of scrapbook paper that measure 4 by 5 7/8. And then you'll also need 2 pieces that measure 4 by 4. Now let me show you how I measured this, so that way if your paper bag is a little smaller or bigger, you can do the same thing. So I'm taking my paper bag, and I've got the little flap on the right and the opening on the left. So if it were this way, it would be upside down. So this is going to be the inside of your book. So what I do is I just take this as a guide, the end of this flap, and just fold that like this. So you're just going to fold that in, and then you're going to take this side and fold it this way, because this is the cover of your book. See, here's that little pocket right there. So you're just going to easily fold this in 3. So now you've got 3 panels, and they all measure the same. You just close it up like this. So that's why you're going to need 6 of those 4 by 5 7/8, because you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let me show you how I measured this. I took my paper and I made sure that I cut it 1/8 of an inch shorter than the bag. So when you do yours, you're just going to measure, you're going to measure your panel. So the panels all measure 6 by 4 1/8. So that's why I cut mine 5 7/8 by 4, because that's 1/8 of an inch shorter all the way around. That way you have that little tiny border all the way around. So just remember, you're going to cut your paper 1/8 of an inch shorter all the way around. So now that we have our bag all folded, before we start matting our pages, I'm just going to take this little flap right here and glue it down and get it out of the way so it's one solid piece. Just going to use some adhesive, and these are meant to be rustic. They don't have to be perfect. Okay, so now what we need to do is mat all 3 of these, mat these 2, but don't mat this middle back panel yet, because I'm going to show you what we're going to do there. But you need to keep in mind that it folds this way and this way. So this one here, which is the back right-hand side panel, that's your cover. So just remember, that's your cover. So choose the page that you want to be the cover. Okay, I'm just gonna get started, and I'm gonna mat all the ones on the inside, and then we'll go to the back side. So now I have all the inside pages matted and the outside. So this is going to be my cover, just like this. And before we put the last panel on, I want to add some seam binding here. If you keep it crinkled, it is just about 36 inches. So make sure you measure it crinkled and don't pull it like this. So crinkled, it's 36 inches. You can cut it a little shorter if you want. So all I'm gonna do is take it, find the center, and then pull it tight like this. I'm gonna add it just like that, but I'm gonna add a little strip of glue first, down the middle, so it won't move on me. Okay, now that I have that glued down there, I'm just gonna cover it with my last piece of scrapbook paper right here. Okay, so let me just make sure that's nice and pressed down to hold that seam binding in. And now we have our closure on here. I mean, how fast is this going? It's so easy. So now we have our little book coming along, and this is how you would close it, just like this. Now what I'm gonna do is our cute little torn pockets, and they are so easy. So what I wanna do is I wanna have one that is the full length of 4 inches, and then one that's down here a little further. But I want to make them cute and decorative, so I don't want to mess with the two sides, but I'm going to rip the top just a little bit. And to get that cute little white torn look, rip it towards you. So I'm going to rip it just organically towards me. And then it has that cute little torn look right there. So I'm going to set that just like this. And then I'm going to do this one even shorter. So I'm going to rip it towards me. And I will seriously save this because I might be able to decorate my cover and incorporate these pieces in the cover. Maybe not, but I'm just going to put them aside. And then this one gets layered right down here. So I think that's such a cute little torn pocket. And I'm going to glue these down with some wet glue. So this is just that quick dry adhesive. So I'm just doing a thin bead on the sides and on the bottom. I'm going to put it a little ways from the bottom just so it kind of sits up higher. So there's our first torn pocket. And then we'll do this little piece right there. So this is really coming along. We're almost done. The next thing we need to do is add our little junk journal in the middle, which is super easy. You could just stop right here, especially if you were like mass producing these for your craft fair. You could stop right here, stuff some stuff in the pockets, decorate your cover, and you're done. But I like to add a cute little journal inside, so I can use this as a junk journal, or whoever receives it. So I'm going to stick this aside really quick, and I'm going to grab the stuff for the junk journal. So I have a bunch of these fun scrapbook paper packs that I got from Amazon, and some of them are also from Temu that my sister gifted to me. So most of them you can get on Amazon, so I'll link those below so you can go over and get them. But all these are like these vintage scrapbook papers. So like these are vintage book pages out of an encyclopedia. And they have that like copy paper weight. They're not thick. They're like that really nice thin weight, perfect for junk journals. So this one is an Encyclopedia of Horticulture, and it's blank on the back. So I'm just gonna take 8 pieces, and I'm gonna get 8 different sheets. Some of them are vintage music paper, like this one. Some of them are vintage ledger paper. So I'm just first going to pull 8 different pieces, and then I'll show you what the next step is. Okay, so here are the 8 pieces that I pulled. These are so perfect to go with this project because the paper bag is so rustic, and these are very rustic and vintage. So if you don't want to go get these packs of paper, which they're so easy, I'll link them below from Amazon. You can just take regular scrapbook paper. They have those big pads from Hobby Lobby, and it's this weight of paper, and they've got all kinds of beautiful vintage images on them. Or if you have a different scrapbook pad that has this weight of paper, you can even use regular scrapbook paper, just use less pages. Or what I would do is use also just plain copy paper and decorate it yourself. So easy, you just gotta remember the measurement for this size bag is gonna be 5.5 by 8, and luckily that's already what this size is. So I'm super excited that they're already that size, and this is all you're gonna do. You're just gonna take them and fold them in half, one by one. So I like to fold them in half, and this is gonna be like the front to where it opens like this. So just keep that in mind when you're folding them, that the part you want on the front is showing. So I'm just gonna do that to all these pages. Just fold them all in half, one by one, just like this. Okay, so now that we have them all folded in half, we're gonna make a booklet out of them. So decide which one you want to be the cover. I think I like this ledger one. So you're just gonna open this up, choose your next page, open it up, and just nestle it right inside of that one. So then open this one up, take your next sheet, and do the same thing, and then just keep doing that until you have them all inside each other. So now we have them all stacked inside each other, and now it's a little booklet. So there's our little junk journal. So you're gonna grab your paper bag, and this part is super easy. So you're just gonna take it on this fold right here and stick it on that fold, just like that. So it's nestled into that fold. Get it where you want it. That way the 2 creases are lined up, just like this. This is how it works out so perfectly. The size of paper, it leaves a little border. And then I like to take 2 paper clips and just make sure I hold it in there. That way it doesn't move around on me, and it's in there nice and snug. The next thing you're gonna do is sew this in, and it's so easy because we're only gonna do 2 holes. So this is where you would need like a thumbtack, or if you have an awl, which is like the pokey thing that sticks a hole in there. Either way, what I have is this right here, and it's like this poking device. You see it? I got this from Dollar Tree, and it came in a pack of 2. So it came with these 2 for $1.25, and it's in the Crafter Square section of Dollar Tree. So all you're gonna do is go a little ways down from the top of your junk journal. Oh, I would say about 1 inch. And you want to poke your hole through that crease of the junk journal plus the paper bag. So it's pretty easy. There it is, and then it comes out that fold of the paper bag right there. Do you see it? There it is. So you got your first hole, super easy. Then go down to the bottom about 1 inch up as well, and do the same thing. Just poke a hole, don't poke your finger on the other side, be careful. And there it is, it's coming out of that fold on the other side of the paper bag. So now that you have your 2 holes, and then I'm taking this string, it's just like a twine that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I got a whole entire pack, and I just put them in here. You can get this from Hobby Lobby, and it comes with all these colors. So I got them in the pack, and I just put them in that little container. So then what you're gonna do is take your twine and just measure it 3 times the length of the book. 2, 3, and then snip it off. Then you're gonna take either end of your string and stick them into the holes. So this part's a little more tricky, but if you keep it pretty still with your paper clips, it should go straight through. So this, if you stick these in the hole from the inside, it's gonna make the bow on the outside. If you want the bow on the inside, then go through the back. But I'm gonna do it the way I have it on the book that I showed you. So I'm gonna feed my string through, and here it is, it comes out. Stick something dark behind that so you can see. So here it is, it came out the back of the book. Then you're gonna take this side and do the same thing on the bottom hole. Okay, so I fed it through that hole, and here it comes out the back. Okay, so there's the string holding our journal together now. And you've got these two strings now on the outside of your book. So here it is, and I got it a little bit tight, and then I'm gonna tie it in a double knot. Just like that. So with the excess string, I made it this long so I could tie it in a little cute bow. But you can just cut that off if you want to and leave a little knot there. There it is right there. And I'm just gonna snip off the excess tails. Okay, so let me show you what this looks like. So you have your string where you tie it in your journal. We can take the paper clips off now. And if you close this up, it's all sewn in now. And then when you close the cover, it's got the cute little binding little bow right here. It just adds to the look of your cute little junk journal. And then for the seam binding, to close it, I'm just gonna put this tail under that string so that way it'll come out like this. So when you go to close it, it doesn't obstruct that bow. Okay, so now what we have left to do is decorate our cover and fill the pockets. And then we'll do a complete flip through of this gorgeous little junk journal flip book. So what I'm gonna do is decorate the cover, and then I'll come back and show you where I got the goodies to put in here. And I'll grab some ephemera to stick in the pockets. Okay, so now that I'm done with the cover, that's how it turned out. I love how it turned out. It's just so colorful and collagey. Here's a close-up. So now that I'm all done with that, I can fill the pockets. And I want to show you where I got those little pouches. They're these right here. And I got these in a pack from Hobby Lobby in the paper crafting section. And they're these cute little paper pouches with an acetate sleeve on the front. So you just open it like that with a little zip closure. And I just put some fun goodies in there. So I have these pieces right here. And these are cute little, like really sturdy cardstock ephemera stickers. And I got these from Hobby Lobby also in this pack right here. So it's this pack. That's from Hobby Lobby. And I also have a bunch of random little ephemera pieces in this. I keep in this little holder right here. And I think I could put some of those in too. Just a few little pieces. And then I have like these little dictionary things that I can definitely link below. So I'll put a few of those in, and then, so here's the little container I keep everything in, and then these little books too have little vellum pieces. How cute. So I don't want to fill it too much because I don't want it to be too bulky, but I'll add this fun stuff in there, and then I'll add a little snip of lace too, just to make it cute. A snip of lace and maybe some seam binding. So I'm gonna just put all these goodies inside this little pouch with a clear front to it. I could even put some of the ephemera from the collection in here. I'll put this little vellum piece in there. So now that I have it all full, I'm gonna just snap that closed. So I'm just gonna stick this cute little ephemera pack inside the front pocket. And I think also what I'll do is stick some of these cut aparts from the collection in there. Put those in the pocket too. And then I want to fill these pockets with all kinds of fun stuff from the collection as well. Okay, let's do a final flip through of our cute little junk journal. I am in love with this seam binding. It goes perfectly with the cover. And the cover is so pretty. And the scrapbook paper does all the work, because look at these beautiful, deep, like aqua and greens and blues and that little touch of pink. Oh my gosh. So beautiful. I love that so much. So we open up our book like this and like this. And in the pocket we have our fun ephemera pack. And then of course some cut aparts from the collection. And those can all be used to decorate our beautiful junk journal pages. So here's our junk journal right here. Here's this photo mat, this one. And then we've got our double torn pocket page over here. So I'll do a quick flip through of our junk journal and show you all the pages and how it looks. I love how there's that white page that you can decorate with die cuts or stickers, and then always journal around it. And it lays nice and flat, especially if you take the stuff out of the pocket. It lays nice and flat to do journaling. I just love these vintage pages. It makes it look so cute. And then here you can do lots of journaling in the middle, and then it just repeats. So there's like the back side of all those pages. I love that feature in this cute little flip book. So here's all the cute stuff we put in the pockets. These are all from the collection, from the ephemera pack, or I cut it out of the paper. Then up here, I loaded it with some fun stuff as well. And this is how those pockets look. Isn't that so fun? Okay, so then to close this thing, you just close it up, and that's also a spot you could put a picture. And then there we go. And then we just tie it with our seam binding that is nice and secure on that back panel. So there are the two that I made. I hope that you will give this a try. You can do it. It's so easy. Take a weekend or take a night after work that you want to just relax and craft, pour a cup of tea, and just knock a bunch of these out. They're so much fun, and you can make them your own. You don't have to make them exactly the way I did. I just love the colors in this collection and how we can use torn little pieces of scraps, So I hope that you'll give it a try. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I have another one coming up very soon. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!